Have you ever noticed how your mornings feel different these days? You wake up a little stiffer, a little slower, maybe with that slight dizziness when you get out of bed too quickly. It's not just you. As we grow older, our bodies start speaking to us in new ways, and sometimes they whisper warnings long before anything serious happens. But here's the good news. Those whispers are also invitations to take small daily steps towards staying stronger, clearer, and healthier. Now, I know how tempting it is to hit that snooze button or stay tucked under the covers for just a little longer. But what you do within the first hour of waking, especially before 7 a.m., can have a big impact on your health. And if you're over 60, there's one specific risk that often goes unnoticed until it's too late: stroke. That word alone can feel heavy. A stroke can change your life in seconds, affecting everything from your ability to speak to how you move. But the truth is, there are things you can do, simple things, to lower your chances of ever facing that battle. And it starts with your mornings. In this video, we're going to walk through 7 morning habits that doctors recommend specifically for seniors to help reduce stroke risk. These aren't complicated routines, they're not expensive, and you don't need fancy equipment. What you need is just a little time, a little intention, and a willingness to start your day in a way that supports your body and brain. So, let's start with the very first habit, and it might surprise you. It's not a supplement, it's not a stretch, and it doesn't require you to leave your bedroom. It's water. Yes, plain old water. But not just at any time, right after you wake up. You see, during sleep, your body goes hours without hydration. Your blood naturally thickens overnight, and for seniors, that thicker blood can make clots more likely, which increases the risk of a stroke. Doctors often recommend that the first thing you do, before your coffee, before breakfast, is drink a full glass of water. Not just a sip, a full glass. Think of it as waking up your circulation. It's like giving your heart and brain a head start. A tall glass of room temperature water can help thin the blood slightly, get your system moving, and support healthy blood flow. And if you add a tiny pinch of Himalayan salt or a squeeze of lemon, even better for replenishing electrolytes and helping your cells rehydrate more effectively. But even without that, just getting that water in before anything else can make a difference. Now, once you've had your water and you're standing there in the quiet of the early morning, here's the next habit that makes a real impact. And it's often overlooked: breathing. Not just the automatic kind, but intentional, deep breathing. I know this might sound too simple to matter, but hear me out. As we age, our breathing tends to become shallower, especially if we're not moving much. That shallow breathing can affect oxygen levels in the blood, increase blood pressure, and put added stress on the cardiovascular system. It might seem small, but over time it adds up. Doctors suggest taking 5 minutes each morning, just 5, to sit or stand quietly and focus on deep, slow breathing. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and breathe out slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat that for a few rounds. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your body soften. What you're doing in that moment is reducing tension, calming the nervous system, and encouraging your blood vessels to relax. That calm helps regulate your blood pressure, another big factor when it comes to stroke prevention. And while you're doing that deep breathing, don't be surprised if you start to feel a little more centered, more present. That's no accident. Deep breathing is like hitting the reset button on your body and mind. All right, so we've had our water. We've given our brain a bath of oxygen. Now, before you reach for the phone or turn on the TV, there's one more habit that's worth weaving into this gentle morning ritual. It's movement, but not exercise, not yet. Just a bit of circulation boosting, brain awakening motion. I'm talking about simple morning stretches. You don't need to bend like a yoga instructor. This isn't about flexibility, it's about flow. When you stretch in the morning, you're not just loosening tight muscles, you're encouraging better blood flow, helping nutrients and oxygen reach the brain, and waking up your joints in a way that makes walking and standing feel smoother. Start with a slow neck roll, then lift your arms above your head, reach for the ceiling, and feel your spine elongate. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Rotate your ankles while you're still seated on the edge of the bed. This isn't a race. It's about reconnecting with your body, telling it, hey, I'm here. Let's get moving together. These gentle stretches reduce stiffness, but more importantly, they signal your body to turn on. That circulation support is a quiet warrior against clotting and inflammation, 2 major risk factors in stroke development. And here's something else. Seniors who stretch in the morning often report better balance, fewer falls, and improved coordination throughout the day. That's not a small thing when we're talking about staying independent and feeling safe. So, as your feet finally touch the floor and your morning has officially begun, you've already done three powerful things. You've hydrated, you've oxygenated, and you've stimulated blood flow. These aren't just healthy habits. They're life-giving choices that tell your body, I'm taking care of you today. And the beautiful part, none of this takes more than 15 minutes. You don't need a gym. You don't need a prescription. You just need that quiet commitment to yourself to give your body what it needs first before the world pulls you in 100 directions. Now that we've started our day with hydration, deep breathing, and movement, there's another layer to this routine that can help strengthen the heart and protect the brain. Oh, another layer to this routine that can help strengthen the heart and protect the brain. It doesn't come in a pill bottle, and it doesn't require any fancy machines. It's something we all have access to, light. More specifically, morning sunlight. After you've stretched and gotten your body moving, step outside if you can, even just for a few minutes. Sit by a window if it's chilly or rainy. What matters is that you let that early morning light hit your eyes, safely of course, no staring at the sun. Just allow the light to be part of your morning. You might be wondering, how does sunlight relate to stroke prevention? Well, it starts with something called circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock. When you expose yourself to morning light, your brain gets the message that it's time to be awake. This helps regulate sleep patterns, hormone levels, and even blood pressure. People who get natural light in the morning tend to sleep better at night, and better sleep means a healthier heart, more balanced blood pressure, and less inflammation. That's not all. Morning sunlight also helps your body produce vitamin D, which plays a role in keeping blood vessels healthy. Some studies have linked low vitamin D levels to an increased risk of stroke. So when you sit on your porch or by the window and let the light touch your skin and eyes, you're doing more than enjoying the view. You're feeding your brain and heart with something it truly needs. And here's a little secret. That moment of sunlight is also a moment of stillness. You can listen to the birds, sip a warm cup of tea, or just breathe in the fresh air. It's a small practice that brings peace, and peace, my friend, is powerful medicine. As that light begins to fill your morning, it's time to bring in one of the most underestimated habits of all, gratitude. Yes, really? Practicing gratitude doesn't just lift your mood, it affects your body in real, measurable ways. You see, when you focus on what you're thankful for, your stress levels drop, your blood vessels relax, your immune system functions better, and the hormones that regulate your blood pressure shift in a positive direction. This isn't some mystical idea. Doctors and scientists have studied it. People who keep a daily gratitude practice, even something as simple as listing 3 things they're thankful for each morning, tend to have lower levels of inflammation. And since inflammation plays a key role in stroke and heart disease, gratitude becomes more than an emotion. It becomes a form of protection. So after your sunlight, take just a minute or two to pause and reflect. Maybe you're grateful for your morning cup of coffee, the smell of toast in the kitchen, the smile of a neighbor, or the comfort of your favorite chair. It doesn't have to be big or profound. It just has to be honest. You can write it down in a little notebook or simply say it out loud. Today, I'm grateful for, and finish the sentence. It's amazing how that tiny act can change the energy of your whole day. You walk lighter, you speak softer, and your body responds with balance instead of stress. Now, let's bring in one more important habit that ties everything together: your morning meal. I'm not going to tell you to follow some complicated diet, but what you eat first thing in the morning can either protect your blood vessels or put extra strain on them. And for those of us over 60, breakfast should never be skipped, rushed, or filled with sugar. Think of breakfast as fuel for your blood and brain. Instead of reaching for sweet cereals, pastries, or just coffee alone, try something that gives you steady energy and supports healthy circulation. A bowl of oatmeal with berries and walnuts is fantastic. Whole grains, natural fiber, and heart-healthy fats can lower cholesterol and keep blood pressure in check. Add a little cinnamon. That can help regulate blood sugar too. And if you're someone who enjoys eggs, go for it. Pair them with sautéed greens or a slice of avocado toast. The goal isn't perfection, it's balance. Protein, fiber, and healthy fats will keep you full, keep your arteries happy, and reduce the spikes and crashes that come from sugary breakfasts. Those crashes can make you feel dizzy or irritable, neither of which you want, especially first thing in the morning. Also, don't forget to keep sipping water alongside your meal. Many people over 60 feel less thirst than they used to, even though the need for hydration is still there. So remind yourself to drink throughout the morning. And if breakfast feels like a chore or something you've fallen out of the habit of doing, start small. Half a banana with peanut butter, a slice of whole grain toast, a smoothie with spinach, banana, and almond milk. You're not just feeding your stomach, you're giving your brain the nourishment it needs to stay sharp and stroke-free. As you finish your breakfast and the morning begins to open up, take a moment to notice how different your body feels when it's supported. You've taken care of your hydration, your breath, your movement, your light, your mind, and your nutrition, all before 7 a.m. And every one of those steps is a brick in the foundation of a healthier, longer life. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do all 7 habits every single day. But the more consistent you are, the more your body will thank you. Sometimes, the greatest transformations come from the smallest, most consistent choices. And now, as the day begins to unfold, there are just a couple more gentle, powerful morning practices that can deepen the protection you're building for your brain and heart. A couple more gentle, powerful morning practices that can deepen the protection you're building for your brain and heart. You've already done so much before the rest of the world even pours its coffee. And now you're ready for one of the most important pieces of this puzzle, getting your blood moving with just a bit more purpose. I'm talking about light cardiovascular movement, gentle walking, stepping in place, or even climbing stairs at your own pace. This isn't about breaking a sweat or pushing your limits. It's about reminding your heart it still has strength, reminding your legs they still carry purpose, and telling your brain that blood and oxygen are flowing with clarity and consistency. Doctors often recommend 10 to 15 minutes of light walking in the morning for seniors, particularly those over 60, because it serves as a gentle pump for your entire system. When you move, even slowly, you encourage blood to move through arteries and veins that may otherwise stay stagnant. That movement supports healthy blood pressure, reduces inflammation, and keeps your metabolism active, all of which are protective against stroke. And there's something incredibly healing about walking in the early morning. The world is quieter. The air is fresh. There's a stillness, a presence. Whether you're walking through a garden, along a hallway, or even around your kitchen island, you're not just exercising your body, you're giving your mind space to breathe. Sometimes, that peaceful rhythm of your steps can be more powerful than any medication. Now, if walking isn't always possible due to mobility or joint concerns, that's okay. Seated leg lifts, arm circles, or gentle stretching bands can give your body the same encouragement. The key is consistent, intentional movement, however it looks for you. And as we begin to wind down this morning journey, there's one final habit that pulls everything together. It's not physical, it's not nutritional, it's mental. It's setting a daily intention. Now, I know, setting an intention can sound like one of those buzzwords we hear on TV or in magazines, but this is about something deeper and simpler. It's about choosing your direction for the day. Because when we don't set the tone for our day, the day tends to set it for us. And sometimes that tone isn't always kind. So take a moment, just 1 or 2 minutes, to ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Maybe it's calm. Maybe it's grateful. Maybe it's energetic, connected, peaceful, hopeful. Pick a word, a phrase, something that speaks to your heart. Say it out loud, write it on a sticky note, whisper it as you look in the mirror. You might say, today, I choose peace. Or, I am strong in my body and clear in my mind, or even something as gentle as, I'm doing the best I can, and that is enough. These small words have big power. Studies have shown that intention setting can help regulate stress, boost mood, and improve focus. And remember, chronic stress is one of the sneakiest contributors to high blood pressure and stroke risk. When you bring your thoughts into alignment with your actions, your entire body begins to respond. Your muscles soften, your breathing steadies, your heart beats more rhythmically, you carry yourself with more presence. And that presence, that sense of being grounded, is one of the most powerful forms of prevention we have. And there it is. You've welcomed the morning with purpose, with care, and with love for your body, your brain, and your future. 7 small but mighty habits woven together not as chores, but as gifts. And the best part, every one of them is within your reach. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need to learn anything new. You already have everything you need inside of you. Maybe you won't do all 7 habits every single morning. That's okay. Start with 1 or 2. Let them become part of your rhythm. Then add another. Let the process be gentle. Let it feel good. You're not racing the clock. You're working with time, not against it, because at this stage in life, it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. And these morning choices, they matter. They help you walk stronger, think clearer, live longer. So the next time the sun peeks through your window before 7 a.m., remember, you have the power to protect your health with your own two hands, one habit at a time. And stroke prevention doesn't have to be a scary goal. It can be a peaceful practice. If you've made it this far into the video, I want you to know how proud I am of you. Not just for listening, but for caring, for showing up, for taking your health into your own hands with courage and compassion. If any of these habits spoke to you, or if you already do some of them, let me know in the comments below. I love hearing your stories, your routines, and your insights. They inspire others more than you know. And if this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel reach more amazing people like you. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on new tips, tools, and inspiration to help you live well, age strong, and stay independent. Remember, small changes truly do lead to big transformations. You are not too old. You are not too late. Your best mornings and your best health can start now. Here's to living your best life at any age. I'll see you in the next video.